we can work on yours and then on mine.
So Vicky, are you going first?
Brian, I think so.
So I'll show you the other one because it's working better, but it's not deleting the other tables. It's just deleting a single table, but I don't know. I'll show you.
Okay.
Computer. Okay. Let's see. Let's see. Can you see my screen?
Yep.
Yes.
So just forget about these ones. These ones are just the examples from the instructor. So these ones are mine inside this package. So to explain what I did first, I need to show you. Okay, I installed my SQL, and he has a Hibernate config file. The only thing that I needed to change here to make it connect to the database is just my username, password, and my local host and the name of my database customer. So that's, and also here I can uncomment this line because in case it
shows an error.
If there's something that I can't delete the rows or a table in my code, this one will drop all the tables, so we can start all over again.
Okay.
Just in case. Sometimes I need to use that one. So I have, these are my tables. So I have a customer table, an address table, and a phone number table, and they're really simple. I see why it's probably not working. As the relationships, I only see the many-to-many in, this would be like the main table, in my customer table. It joins the columns, the customer ID and the phone ID from each of the other tables. So I might need to add that relationship, the one-to-many in the other tables, many. That could be the reason why it's not working right. So this is my main class that will run everything. So
sorry, the example what Greg showed us last time didn't work for you?
I have problems with that relationship because I get some errors when I run it. It can't do anything because of that. I get it says like exception in thread main Java persistence, and then it says unable to build entity manager factory, and the other is like it could be caused by the mapping exception. It says could not determine the type for Java utils a table.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So I'll keep going with this one because I don't want to waste time with the other one. So here I have my private list for each of the other tables that I want to work on. And this is like my constructor. I'm building a new Hibernate utility or whatever. That's what I called it. My main is like starting a new thread or whatever, a new session of my Hibernate runner, this one. And I have a scanner. This option, I had to fix it, like a menu, because I didn't want to run the whole code and it will mix all up and couldn't give you like a good way to explain my code. So I had to put my menu to run it separately, each of my methods. And I was doing it wrong, so it was an infinite loop. So that's not all of them work. So the first ones work except for the number 7. The number 7 doesn't work because I don't know how to load a single item on the table. So this is I'll show you first the real customer. So I create a session and then a transaction, and I begin the transaction. Each time I do the same thing in each of my methods, and at the end I commit it. So I create a query and called it a customer's query because I want to get everything from my customer table. It says this is the HQL query, so select save from customer and order by ID, and save that query in my customers. So that's my private variable, which is a list. So I'm saving the whole query in that list. So then I just want to print out how many customers there are. So I just print out the size and it will print the size. So then in order to read each of the items, I have to have a loop there. So I have an iterator, or like this is like a list, another one, and call it customer iterator and get the customer iterator. So I want to save it there, everything. So in my while loop, everything from the customer iterator, so that the hash next is like everything, every single line. And then I'm storing every line into a new variable of type customer, because that's the type that I want to use. And then print it, and convert it to a string to be able to read it. And then I want to get the phone number size from that and store the changes, so commit a transaction. So you will see a list in like an object type. It's weird, but at least you can see everything. So the add customer, the same thing. Begin the transaction, I have my scanner and saving each of the variables, each of the things that the user will type into a variable. And I create a customer instance in this case called a customer, and then adding the last name and last name, and using the variable names, so whatever the user enter for both of them. And in this one, I create another one, but for using the phone number, because that's a different type. I can't use the customer here because that's my phone number class. And set it to whatever the user enter, and doing the same thing for the address. And at the end, I just save the session and pass whatever I want to save. So I want to save this change, this instance. So all of the instances, and commit the transaction. And if you want to see what you're doing, just print it out. So I printed out the first name, last name, and ID and the 4 numbers. But I can't see the 4 numbers because it just printed out like an empty array. But if you go to the database, you can actually see the whole the full number that it's in the table. So then the updating, so call it modify user, doing the same thing, but this time I hard coded it because I took a long time to figure out to do that from the menu, but it didn't work. So I select a specific customer that matches the last name Potter, because in case I have a Potter last name, it will match. So I save that query into a variable. So you have to do the single query customer query, that unique result, and save the whole query, and then set. So you get a Potter customer. So that's the name of that, and set the first name. So you can't change the name. Whatever name is in the database, you can change it to whatever you want. So you will change it to Joshua instead because it's something else in the database. And then merge that Potter customer, merge that change and committed. And then I call the show all customers so I can display all the changes. And this one is a different one. So I call it add share phone number. So you can use you can use a single phone number for more than one person, so they can share that phone number. So I again hard coded it. So I'm getting a name that matches the first name Joshua and whatever Brian, another one, and save the query result into a variable, and then create an instance of the phone number and set it to whatever phone number I want, and then create a set, and I call it Joshua and another one for that user. And then since I name it it's right here, the customer, whatever, I saved it into that variable, then get the phone numbers. So it's getting all the 4 numbers that belong to that person, and then add the shared phone number, which is this one that I created, to both of the users or persons in the database, and then save the session, which in this case will be the shared phone number. That's what it's called, because I don't want to save the other one. So I don't care about the queries, just about this instance. And then merge both of these new changes. So the added share number for both, and they commit the transaction. And again, I call the show all customers. And the last one that will work is the delete added customer. So it will delete all of the customer list in that table, but not just really that column. It will delete the whole table, all of the data from that table, but it doesn't delete the other tables. So after you begin the transaction, so I have to look through each of them again. So first I want to get the size of that table and store it in a variable, and then I look through each of that, and I do the session that delete, and then pass customers that get that will delete every single item from that table, and then commit the transaction, and then I want to print out whatever it's left. So it shouldn't print anything because there's nothing left. But to make sure it deleted everything, you also have to clear all the instances by calling the clear method. And then I wanted to print it out again so that I make sure that all the instances and records from the table are gone. and it doesn't show anything because they're all gone. And these ones are the ones that I was trying to do. So I did the same thing for the phone numbers because I wanted to delete the whole table just so I don't have to rerun the whole program again. So I get the query for the phone number, save the query, and then look through each of that and delete the session for that. But I was trying to do that from a single item now, but I couldn't figure out how to do that. So I could say save a string from my user input that says delete this one, this name, but in the query I don't know how to put like the select the first name that matches a specific name in that query because it doesn't work. It gives me a lot of errors to select a single person in the query, because if I get all the query and save it, yeah, I don't know how to get a single name from that result query also, because it's in a like a list or like an array, which is almost the same thing. So I can't figure out how to make that pull up just one that matches what the user entered and delete it. So I will run it.
Did you specify in your database that some of the data can have nulls?
Yeah, I think so, or probably not.
That's important.
So first, should be good. So this is my database, MySQL. I when I install it, I put a password and my root. So if you describe whatever it's called, my customer name table, there's that's what I have for that table. So my show tables, those are my all my tables. There shouldn't be anything on that, so we'll make sure that it doesn't have anything first. From so there's nothing, it's empty, so we can add here. If we do the display, there's nothing to display, so it's 0. So again, we add person. We can add, for the purpose of this example, I will add this name that should be there. And we can enter whatever, it doesn't matter. And I don't know, whatever. Yeah. Just forget about that error. If you go to the table now, for the customer in the table, you'll see the name. If we go to the address, from address, so I don't know why it added 2, whatever. And the phone number. So that's the phone number. So now we can add another one.
Rerun it.
Ended with, yeah, rerun it again. So add another customer with a name that should be there also. Not whatever.
Negative number.
Well, for some reason, if I, well, it was something different because I was doing the next instead of next line. Stop it. So now that there are 2 users, and we can see that here in the database, or we could see that here. So you see now, you have 2 customers, one for Harry Potter and then my name and all the information. So now we can modify one user. So we will change the name from Harry to Joshua. This is the one that I show you. So we'll do the modify customer. So now if we show all the changes, so here you see this is not Harry anymore. So it changed to Joshua. So that's my method. And if I want to add a shared phone number, because they have different numbers, but we'll add a shared phone number in this case. And then if we go to the database, we'll see that shared phone number added, the last one. And then we'll delete all the customers from the table now. And they should be all gone. So we'll go to that table. They're all gone. It's empty. And so that's the only table that is empty because the other tables are not empty. This is not empty. So we have to enter it out. So I can't figure out how to just delete one row. And same for each of the tables instead of deleting the whole table. But that's everything that I have.
Good job.
Nice.
Thank you.
All right, Vicky, you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready, but like, you will see. Anyway, so as I showed you before, I have 3 tables. One is the Arthur entity. Last time I was talking about this error. So, and I have specified the one-to-many relationship over here. Also, I have specified the one-to-many relationship over here. And here I have my book Arthur entity, where I have many-to-one relationships. But actually, I have a question about it. When I go to my diagram, sorry. So here it shows
A many-to-many relationship.
many-to-one, 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 and I don't know, it's many-to-one. On my own computer, it shows one-to-one, one-to-one, and one-to-one. Or many, one-to-many, I don't remember it. I just don't understand why I have many-to-one in everything, since I specified the from book to book Arthur one-to-many. And as I understand, it's supposed to have that when I will go here, many-to-one. Yeah, so here is supposed to be one-to-many. And here I'm supposed to have one-to-many. But it shows many-to-one. Then it is the first kind of issue what I have. And the second one, give me a second. I will close the. So, I cannot taste my program, since if I will run it, it shows some errors. So I cannot even show you how I'm adding or doing something with my tables. You can see all errors over here.
Able to build.
The persistence.
Okay, right there. Caused by mapping exception. Could not determine type for Hibernate example author entity. Scroll over.
You can.
Table
give me a
book
second.
author. Author entity. Okay, I had this same error. I'm trying to think how I fixed it.
Do you remember?
Let's go to your book author.
Like,
Mapping column author entity.
here is my. Give me a second. Oh. So, my book author entity.
Okay, book author. Keep going down.
Mm-hmm.
Keep going down. It's going to be your author entity right there. Hold on. Author entity, author key.
As you remember, in my book author table, I have just two keys. It is author key and book key, AIS.
Okay, I remember what it was. You need to change. Let's see. Author key.
Author key, how to say it?
Go to your author entity.
Mm-hmm. It's over here.
Author key, it's still the same.
Mm-hmm. The reason, maybe it is just like my opinion or maybe my idea, that it could be that because I have in my book author entity only two keys, and they are the first one connected to the author entity, and the second one connected to the book entity. And they are kind of foreign, and at the same time they are primary keys. So
This is in your book author entity?
the book key ISBN connected to the book entity. So if I will open the book entity, you can see that it is my primary key. And author key from the author entity. They are each other. So here I have two primary keys.
Yeah, you have two primary keys in your book author entity table.
Yeah, exactly.
Which you can't have. Comment the lines 31 through 15. Comment those out for now.
31 till
to 15.
which one?
To 15. So 31 all the way up to 15.
Give me a second. 15?
Yeah.
Do you mean to this one?
Yep.
Okay, so I need to have another one.
Make sure you comment line 31 out. So go 34 to 15.
Okay. So here, if I'm commenting, I have an error.
Let's see what the error says.
And it's says that I'm supposed to add the ID attribute.
Right. Do you have an ID besides your two foreign keys?
No, I just have 2 rows. Maybe. I'll show you my diagram one more time. So here I have my primary key and to another one in book entity I have the primary key and 3 another one, and here my Arthur key connected to the Arthur entity, and I just have 2 rows.
Have you uploaded this to GitHub?
No, but I can do it right now. Give me a second. I have installed the Git bash to my mom's computer. Give me a second. I just need to think how to do it on her computer. So maybe it's better to use. Have I installed? Did I clone the? Give me a second. I need to be sure that I have cloned our project on my mom's computer. I'm not sure. If I will do that, no, I didn't clone the project. Maybe.
Okay, don't worry about it then. I was just curious.
I can do it from my computer right now. If you will wait a second, so I can clone it.
Do you see anything, Brian?
Yeah, I have the same thing, which is all of them are many to one. And it shouldn't be like that, I don't know. But in my code, it's not like that.
So give me a second. I'm on my own computer also.
I have all of them as one to many.
But I think it might be just the mappings. Just that problem. Something isn't right.
I need 2 minutes to push my Hibernate to our repository. So do you think the reason why I have my error, it is because I have just 2 keys over here that I need to add 1 more? Am I right?
So I have an ID column in my, so in your book author entity, I have an ID in mine. I don't know if that's absolutely necessary, but if you go back to your code, I was going to have you comment the variables out as well, because those, so comment line 12 and 13 as well.
12 and 13.
Yeah.
Give me a second.
All right. Save it.
Save?
Yeah.
And
Okay. Should have a primary key.
it shows that I need to add the ID.
Yeah. Okay. Go down to your many-to-one relationships. Okay. Hold on.
I will show the
join column key ISB and see, that's odd.
I'm trying to clone mine.
See, in mine, I have an ID, but I don't have like you have those two foreign keys, private
Yeah.
author key and private key ISBN. I don't have those. I just have my ID as, yeah, I just had my ID, and then the entities or the instances you're creating, the many-to-one relationships, those act as your foreign keys. So your author entity is your author entity foreign key relationship. Does that make sense? So if you have to have an ID, an easy way to fix it might just be to add an ID column in your database, make it auto incrementing, and then just have it keep track that way.
So I'm trying to push at the same time. And my head doesn't work. I don't understand what I'm doing.
I spoke with Brother Larson.
Yeah.
He's going to have office hours tomorrow night, and he said to move all of our code topics from disagree to agree. He says we can build multiple smaller applications. We don't have to, yeah, we can build smaller applications that prove our proficiency. So for me, I was thinking like I could do one where I store data and use Java collections to store, for instance, if you want to store just a whole bunch of numbers, you could use an array. If you want to store, you know, depending on what you want to store, you select different types of storage containers so that it makes sense, like the right containers for the right things you want to store. Anyways, you can make different applications, he said, to prove proficiency in 3 to 4 topics at once. So if you made 2 or 3 applications, then you could pass off all your topics.
Interesting.
I'm thinking of doing something like that because that's easier than trying to implement them all into one.
As I understand, we're supposed to use the topics what we have learned past 7 weeks.
Yeah.
Okay, it makes sense.
There are some people that did the same thing, like instead of doing like the whole app, just do maybe one app, but just part of the app, not the whole thing, obviously, and implement 1 or 2 topics or whatever you want, but not all of them at the same time.
Yeah, I think that would be easier than trying to find something or build something big with all the code topics.
Yeah.
But I apologize, I'm not ready and not done. I got slammed with work. I work full time right now as well, so I'm trying to juggle this class and work. And I got slammed with a ton of work, so I wasn't able to finish what I was supposed to finish.
I haven't finished the HTTP URL either, and servlets.
I mean, I have everything working. It's just the nasty paths and all that kind of jazz. So hopefully I'll be done by Friday for sure, because today I have open. So
yeah, I just haven't.
Need some help? Just tell us.
I haven't tried about the sending the message and receiving the message back for that. I spent the whole 2 days. Yeah,
I hope it's not too
Hibernate.
difficult on the whole nasty paths for those. Can you post your sources for the HTTP URL connection?
Yep.
I have a hard time finding a good tutorial or something on it.
I think I have it posted. Yeah, it's on my GitHub, but I haven't changed anything yet because
no, sorry. You're like, where did you find it on the internet? What sources did you use to build it?
Okay, I'll find it.
Greg?
Yes.
You can check our repository. I have pushed my Hibernate.
Yep, you did. Active templates.
Sorry, Brian, I interrupt you.
No problem.
Sorry. Give me a second.
Okay, I have your
Code.
code in front of me here. Whew. It's starting to fit. Why are you? Oh. Now, the problem we may run into is that I don't have your database set up. We'll see if it'll.
What do I need to do? How I can share my database with you? Or how
if you can, let's see, are you using MAP or ZAMP?
Example.
If you can go into the PHP MyAdmin and just export your database.
Give me a second. I will share my screen and you will guide me. So here is my database.
Okay.
As I understand my IP.
So click on the export at the top.
Yes.
And then export templates. No, I don't want to do that. Okay, go to Format SQL. Just click Go. Just down at the bottom.
Where is
Just
it?
click Go.
Go?
Bottom left. Yep.
It shows that I can save it.
Yep. Go ahead and save it. All right. Now that it's saved, just open the file in a text editor and copy and paste it into our chat, and I'll just copy and paste it from there.
Again, can you repeat it? What
yeah.
do I need?
Open that file in a text editor. So
I see.
Whatever you want. You can even open it and there you go.
No. Plus. Yep.
All right.
What do, oh no, I didn't.
Just cancel, yeah. Just Control A, select it all, and paste it into our.
Okay, and copy and paste, yeah. Give me a second.
Interesting.
You can comment my database.
Oh, good. Here it is. All right. Okay, lots of stuff. Looks good. All right, let's create a new one. And SQL paste. Oh. Ah!
What's happened?
You have an error in my SQL syntax. It's because it's in Russian.
In Russian? Where
There
did
you
you
go.
find the Russian?
Okay, now we are in business. Let me actually refresh this.
Time zone. 0, 0.
How do I edit this thing again? Properties. Hibernate. Vicky. Okay, now I think we're good to go. Let me just see why this is not working. Book key ISBN cannot resolve column. Book key ISBN. Let's refresh this thing first.
Brian, that link that you paste in the chat, it is about the HTTP URL connection?
Yes.
Great.
That's right. I gotta update this thing. All right. Sorry, I'm trying to work as fast as I can.
No, it's okay. I need to say sorry. Since it's my errors.
Come on, fix yourselves. I just fixed the problem.
I'm sometimes stuck into my computer too. Do you need something else from me?
This is the data source, Vicky. Hibernate Vicky. Author key. I don't think you used a different port. Car owner. Oh, flip.
Did you
That's
find
why.
an error?
I didn't add your
To the IntelliJ.
Oh, there we go. That was totally my fault. Hibernate. Oh my gosh, okay. So it looks like importing a database in someone else's project is not as easy as I thought it was going to be. Yeah, I have everything set up right though. I don't know what's going on.
It would have been easier if you had
What the
a
heck?
specific ID for each of your tables.
Yeah.
Hold on a second. I think I know what I need. I need to add a data source, my SQL host to localhost. Ah, ha, ha. Vicky user root test connection. Okay. No? Yes, I think I may have. Come on. Oh, wait a second. I forgot. I gotta go to Yeah, author key. Here we go. All right, I'm just going to try for another couple of seconds, and if I still can't fix it, then...
Don't worry.
Resolve column. Author, yep, here it is. What's going on here? CIT360. Hibernate Vicky. Yeah, I have no idea why. But your code really doesn't like me.
Really? What do you mean?
Map to my book entity. Schema Hibernate. Oh, gosh. I figured it out. Oh, goodness. Wow, it's amazing. Okay. Now I actually got to figure out the problem. Sorry. I mean, I figured out that.
You are funny.
Mapping column author entity. All right, so I'm going to try something and see if it's going to fix it.
Okay.
It's actually not what I want. Book author entity. I'd be surprised if they have to have an ID.
Ryan, did you have chance to ask Brother Larson how to skip the errors? What do you have in the IntelliJ?
No, I spent the whole day yesterday
Oh, I
Yeah.
understand.
doing my Hibernate.
I understand you.
2 days with Hibernate.
Sometimes I think it is my favorite part of the day to spend time on my Hibernate.
That's it. Primary. I'm trying to see if there's a way to identify a foreign key, like the @ ID. If you do like @ foreign key.
Why don't you just add another ID column?
I mean, that's an option. I'm just seeing string name, inverse name. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to do that and see if it's going to fix it, because the other way around could be a very long way around. Add 1 columns before go name ID. Auto-including. Index size. Okay. Sorry, I talk to myself when I work as well. So
it's okay. It's okay. I'm doing the same, especially when my computer is stuck. You know, Brian.
Yeah, same with my other computer.
in November. Ah, it's November. I forget that. So, in couple weeks, I will have my birthday. So maybe I will get new computer. I will get. I mean, I hope so. Who knows? Brian, when do you have your birthday?
In July.
July. Greg, how about you?
April.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That's good.
Okay. Wait, what?
How can we help you?
Book. Book author entity. What is going? Oh. Book. At table book. Okay. Mapping column book author entity. Mapped by book entity, which is in here. Oh, goodness.
Are you working in IntelliJ?
Yeah. Which it's being a pain.
Hard.
Let's see. Mapped by book entity. Okay. Hold on. Let me open up mine real quick.
Okay. Let's do that.
Okay. Okay, so let's go with the later one first. Mapped by car entity, which is here. The name of a column. All right, later one mapped by author key, which is the name of. Oh. Okay, I found the problem. Well, I found a problem. Okay, so your author entity is joining on column author key. ID column author key author entity.
Can you share your screen?
Yeah, I think I found the problem. We'll see. Let me share my screen. I think this is the one. No, that's mine.
Yeah.
Oops, hold on. I need to share this one. Oof. Okay. So I have both of them open right now. I'm just going back and forth. Hold on.
It's okay.
So let's check book author first. So your author entity.
The name.
Of the
So
column.
as I see, you added the ID column.
Yeah, I did. I deleted everything else. I just added the ID column, and that took care of that problem. But now we're getting other errors in different places. And it does have to do with the mapping, I'm pretty sure. So one-to-many car entity is the name of the entity I have here. Okay, so it's mapped right by author key. Oh, no. One second. Oh, wait. I don't want that. Yes, author entity. Author entity. Okay. This is the car owner, book author entity.
Book entity.
Okay, now
Book
my book, this
entity.
is where it's saying has a problem. My many one-to-many mapped by
Book entity.
book entity, which is here, book entity, and then
Book author
book
entity.
author entity, car owner entity. What in the world? Oh, hold on.
You can how to add
The foreign key. What's your foreign key called?
which one?
In your table?
Key ISBN?
Yeah, okay, that's what it's called.
It is.
Okay, I might need to work on this a bit. I honestly don't know what is going on because everything looks okay.
Maybe I will try to add the ID as a primary key.
You know what? Let me try one more thing. Book key ISBN.
You can split the window by
Book key ISBN. This is your primary key here.
Mm-hmm. Structure. You added.
Well, what did I do?
You're going to Arthur.
Oh, I don't want to hide that. Okay, that's primary.
Book.
But why doesn't it say that this is the primary key?
It is. It's supposed to be primary.
Weird.
Why?
The author here.
Arthur structure.
And then the author key is the primary key. Okay.
Yes, exactly. And in the book key ISBN, it's the primary key.
That may have been. Okay. No, same problem. Let's see.
Same problem.
New persist. Yeah, that's not the problem. Like book author entity column. Java utility. Turn type for Java util list that table book.
It doesn't
Java
like
util list. Book author entity. Mapped by book entity.
Yes, exactly.
And the join column is book. All right. I'll have to work on this a bit. I'll let you know, Vicky, if I find anything, but I don't want to keep Brian here forever.
Me too. Can I have just last question? I just want to make sure. I will quickly share my screen, and I just want to make sure if I'm right or not. So you are connecting your tables. For example, we'll go to the Arthur structure and relation view. Am I right?
I actually don't even use that, but yeah, cool.
But how did you connected your tables?
I actually added the foreign keys after.
When?
So I didn't do it. I just wrote, there's a place in there you can write SQL commands. I just wrote the SQL commands to add foreign keys.
You can also do that in IntelliJ. So if you go to your how you call that, your diagram, you can do that from the diagram also.
Can you show me?
Yes.
Thank you, Brian.
Okay, let's share my screen. Where's my... So if you go to your diagram and double click the arrow, you can edit the relationship also from there.
Not really understand.
Go to your diagram that you have in IntelliJ and double click the arrow, this, and it will open this window to edit.
Give me a second. I just double click. I see. But it doesn't. I will share my screen so you can see what I have. So, 2 double clicks. But I cannot change here anything. It is just like 1 and here is another one. So I don't understand why I have here the many to one relationship. If here it shows that it has 1 and too many, and I cannot change here anything.
So maybe if you, let's say, this is your property.
They are dancing.
No, I can't edit that.
Anyway, thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
Greg, do not spend pretty many hours on my codes. I know you have your family work and your own code. So if you will have just maybe 33 minutes, you can help me, but I don't want to interrupt you from your home and your work and other stuff. You know, I know that you're pretty busy. Yeah?
Yeah, sure. Sorry, I'm still trying to figure this thing out. Foreign keys. Let's
You remember?
Kind of. I found how to do it in IntelliJ, so we'll see how that works. Let me play with this a bit, Vicky, and then I will, if you can just stay on the chat, I'll let you know what I find, okay?
Yeah. You can send me Hangouts link, or I can, better to send me another one so you can show me how to do that.
Okay, sounds good. And we'll stop the broadcast. Actually, Brian, Thanks for being patient.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks, Brian, a lot.
So we'll stop the broadcast and then just stay on here, Vicky, and we'll just work
Yeah.
work through this if we can. Okay.
Yes.